Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. This is your Jee Sifu right here again. And today we have another fun Taoism and Taoist magic show. So, today's topic basically is a continuation of our previous topic, kind of like about life. So recently I've been posting a lot on TikToks and also watching more TikToks to get an idea of what's going on outside doing my research. So it's fun because you see, some people might think that you are already like a Taoist master, right? So you should be only teaching and you don't have to learn stuff. But actually, it's not the case. When I learn from my master right now, which is not a human being, so my uppers, okay, my uppers above in another world teaches me like this. They say, look outside, look at the other people who are already out there teaching their stuff, right? The professionals. You can learn from them as well. It's not like you have a God teaching you, then you don't need to learn from other places. And I was like, that's true, but how? So, how? Well, when you look at other people talking about things, you can see what you can learn from them. Um, and relate them to the disciples right here. Because sometimes I understand something, but the way that makes people understand, it's very hard to craft out that kind of package, right? It's like you want to deliver the message to someone. You need a way to deliver it to the audience that can understand it. I understand it. It doesn't mean that the other people understand it the way I will take it. Because I have a lot of background and I understand things faster and other people don't. So looking at other people teaching their stuff or talking about their stuff, some stuff we can relate. One of this topic about a psychologist talking about those common mistake that people make. I think it's a good idea that we bring it up today. So this psychologist, a lady, was using a fish tank and a little toy electric toy fish as an example. And she said, this fish is you, and the tank here with the water is your life. So she dropped the fish, and the fish swims around. So you're like in your life doing your daily life things, right? But eventually you see your environment gets toxic. So she drips some, I don't know what that is, some colorings, and the whole tank gets cloudy and brown and dirty, right? So she said, you are in a toxic environment right now. You get sick, you get tired, exhausted, and so on. Most people during this time will want to like take a break. Let me go on a vacation, and then she just swap out the tank, bring in a new tank, and put the fish inside. And she said, so now you are in a new environment. You're like going to camping, going on vacation, holiday, something like that, right? And you're like chilling off, and it feels so refreshing, so good. And it basically take you away from a toxic environment. This is the mistake, she said. Because when you go back to that environment after the trip, you're gonna get sick again eventually, right? You're gonna like go back into that water, it's going to kill you again. This is so true because looking at like people, like I used to always tell people, don't fall into the trap of believing those like meditation center or whatever you call them. Like you go there and practice some stuff, be it like meditation, some qigong or whatever thing, right? Some resort. You go there and you believe that it will take you away from the stress that you have in life, and then you'll be good. Okay, it feels so good being there for like a weekend, maybe 2 months, and it feels great. Some of the Westerner, they go to China, right? And then they go to these Wudang and so on, those mountain, and they want to learn stuff, learn some Tai Chi and things for a summer. It feels so good. It feels like you're like out of this so polluted environment. It feels so good. You almost want to just live there for the rest of your life, right? You see exactly what this psychologist was saying. It doesn't work. You go back to where you were and face the problem, you still have the problem, right? People are crazy. They think that by meditating and so on, going into a very quiet state, it gets you like a peace of mind. And they call that balancing your mental health or something like that. Is it really a balance? No, it's not. To me, it's stupid. It's basically an escape. You just try to hide yourself in the blanket and not see everything out there. Imagine you have like credit card bills, your mortgage, your rent, everything coming at you, and you just decided to like put them in a box and then go into your bed, put the blanket over yourself and say, I don't see anything, I'm sleeping. During that time you sleep, it feels so good. You put on the music, right? You smoke some weed and you go into whatever state, and yeah, is it working? Well, you next morning you're like back to normal, and you look at this, oh you're back to reality. You didn't fix anything. You were just wasting time. Look, all that time, that hour that you have wasted. You wasted the time to so-called balance your life, but you actually didn't do anything. You wasted the time. You wasted the time to fix your problem. And the next day you feel even more stressful. You feel more like a loser because it's like, I'm back here again. And so what? Smoke more weed. Huh? Go smoke more. Get into a high state. Who cares? And then, okay, another day gone by. Next day, same thing repeat. You are not fixing anything, right? Now, you can be like doing this smoking weed and drug. You can be meditating, right? Like maybe smoke weed and drug sounds too bad to you. Okay. You see those people who went to meditation center to do this, meditating is a problem. And then some people do qigong and tai chi, and they believe that that is balancing their health. Is definitely not. You still have the same problem. It's just an escape. The actual fix is to deal with the problem, to face the fear, the problem, and get actual solution to fix the problem. That escape is not working. You got to actually fix the problem, right? To solve the problem, you need to face the actual problem and get help from people who can offer you solution to that problem. Like you have money issue, how to manage your money, how to pay the debt. Like you have to talk to them, right? Those people who are chasing you for money, you talk to them about it, see how to work out a plan. Once you got a plan, you keep working on it, then problem is solved, the stress is done. So this is a good example from a psychologist, and I feel that is actually something that like a lot of Taoist disciples who I have taught, and they failed on this thing. Even I was like nonstop telling them the problem, they still don't see it, and they just want to like bury themselves into the problem and escape. It's weird, right? There was this term that I invented back then. It's called ewing, EW. It's called emotional wreck. When people are having a lot of stress and things like that, right? The energy they packed into their heart is so negative. It makes them emotionally wrecked, and they will act up like they will show by action. For example, they will start to get rebellious somehow. They will like do things that, like these are disciples, so they will be doing things that they know a good disciple should not do, and they will start doing that. It's like kids, the kids get rebellious when up to a certain age they want to like just go against their parents. Their parents say don't do this, then they want to do that, right? Just like that. Taoists also have this kind of hurdle sometimes. Now, what is our fix? Like our Taoism way of fixing this problem? How do we fix these problems? Well, these things that bothers you, okay, um, you got to fix it by working with the energy that is stuck inside yourself to prevent yourself from ewing and realign yourself so that you can actually think straight. Because there's like, yeah, you can find people for helping you to find a solution. But before that, most of the situation, you are like ruining or killing yourself. So before you can actually get to the solution part, you just self-destruct during that moment. So you have to prevent that from happening. Okay, prevent that from happening. Uh, the way to fix it, the way to deal with these issues, right? Number one is to stop thinking. Yeah, when you think, you're using what we call the soul's energy, and that thing will fuel that you will feel those negative energy that is trying to like crash your whole system. So the more you try to be logical, the more you will fail. So don't be logical. Okay, you are like a broken computer. You're like a computer with a virus. Don't keep pressing button. The more you press, the more you fall into the scammer's trap, and then you will go into like more problems. Don't touch. Stay still. Okay? Don't touch. Get your hand off. Next, you need to put your faith into the person that can help you and let them take the wheel. So, in the situation for like a Taoist disciple, go to your master. Okay? For example, my disciple, right? Go to me. Tell me the problem, okay, up front, and then let me tell you what to do. Then your job is not to think about should I do or not do. Is he right or not right? There's no questioning. 100% let go of your hand and let your master take the wheel. Your master steer the wheel. You walk. You keep doing whatever your master say blindly. Just do it. It will always work. You might think, but what if the master? There's no what if. You don't believe your master, get the hell out of the lineage. You don't need to be here, right? You are here, then that's what you do. It's like you go to a school and then you're like, what if the teacher is wrong? Well, get the hell out of the school. If you don't want to be a student, get out. But if you're a student and you want to be successful, listen to your teacher. Is that very clear? You listen to your master. Your master will bring you to the right way because he also wants you to success. He wants you to get well. Like, let's say you have a good parents, right? Your parents see you're sick. You let go and listen to your parent. Your parent tell you to eat this medicine, do this. Do you think that your parent is here to hurt you? Of course not. They want to save you, right? They want you to get well. So why don't you listen to them? You are already down. Like you are like a down system already. You crashed. You got to stop using your system. Let the other people repair you, right? It's like a broken machine. You cannot fix yourself. You're the broken one. Listen to the other person. Let them fix you, right? That's what you should be doing. Another thing is let the God take over. What we do as Taoists, right? We tell our God the problems. Then we get solution from the God. We ask the God, what should we be doing? We get a basic direction, right, of what we should be doing. So after we have that direction, right, we follow it blindly. It sounds very stupid, but it is good, because following the God's instruction blindly is a demonstration of faith. You have faith in the God will not let you down. The God will always bring you back on the good path. What if the God point me to the wrong way? The God will, well, if the God points you to a not so good way, the God will bring you back to like work it out until you are good again. That is what I have witnessed for the many years. It's always like that. The God will not let you down at the very end. You follow the God's way, that you put your faith into it, you blindfold yourself, do whatever the God say, and it will for sure bring you back. For those who like ask the gods for direction and then they don't believe, or they try to think like, is the God actually right? Is this actually good? The more you think, the more the God will let go, and the less you will have from the God from then on. You are broken already, right? Let someone else help you. Don't try so hard. So what about the those people who have like, okay, financial stress? What should you be doing as a Taoist if you're like just stressed out about money, right? Well, think about it this way. Money side, you will need to fix the problem eventually, like physically, right? You need to earn money, save money, right? You need a plan. So that you will need. But do you have someone to help you on that right now? God cannot bring you money, but God can help you create opportunities and find a way out. So you can ask the God to help you, to give you a pointer, or bring you to who that can give you the actual help. The God will often give you a direction. Once you start walking on that direction, you will see lots of solution coming into you. Like, this is an option. This is wow. Like, suddenly you have a lot of methods coming in. If there's no one, like no person yet, right? One of the best thing you can do is try to align your life back on track. The easiest thing to do is, like, think about it this way. You're like cables, right? You're like the cable, a bunch of cables, and you're like all tangled up. Here's like broken. Here's not working, right? So what you have to do is sort out the cable, and then eventually the bad ones will have to go. The good one stays, and then you plug things back into place. To align yourself back into place, the first thing you do is to keep yourself disciplined with a set rule to restrict yourself in life. Plainly said, make a timetable: when to wake up, when to sleep, and then when to eat, right? All that time is set there. Follow it strictly, no matter you like it or not. Okay? Like, be harsh on yourself. After you have forced yourself to get into alignment with this rule for like a week or so, you see yourself is like doing all that stuff with some stress, right? It doesn't feel good because it's like someone's pushing you to go to bed, someone's pushing you to get up, and it's like, I have no freedom. It's fine, okay? Keep in mind, I'm doing this to get my life back on track. After you have done this for a while, you see everything is kind of falling into place. And then eventually the things that are like bad, the bad element that is like causing the problem, will eventually isolate from this alignment, and you will see things much better, and you will find a way out. The solution will come to you when you are aligned. The solution don't show up, or more like it's there but you cannot see it because you're all tangled up. You're not aligned. You're messy. Align yourself back. Don't always believe that illusionary talk about freedom, right? You don't need freedom. You need solution. So don't go for those temporary escape. It doesn't work. The real thing that actually help you is painful. It's not comfortable, but it's good for you. Okay, so my timer is up, and that's it for this episode. We will have to see you next time. Bye bye.